bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, so it's only right you're watching UBC television because it's that hand that you're holding with this bird. Thank you for joining us for this edition of the UBC News Tonight, 13th of August 2023. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the bulletin. Now, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has held and met discussions with the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, at State House in Entebbe. During the brief meeting, President Museveni and his Kenyan counterpart discussed bilateral and regional issues of mutual interest. We have some highlights from his visit. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has called upon married couples to adopt sound practices for wealth creation and collaborate in the fight against poverty. The president's message was conveyed by the Prime Minister, Right Honorable Nabbanja Robina, at a wedding reception of Engineer Benon Kasasira and Annette, held at Lakeview Hotel in Mbarara.
President Museveni has emphasized the importance of couples working together to establish a financially self-sufficient, stable household. He underscored the significance of joint investments and projects that generate wealth and income. The effort aims at liberating families from poverty's grasp and contribute to the nation's socio-economic transformation.
You are advised to work together as a couple on investments, all projects that create wealth and income to the family. With the above knowledge, you will be able to liberate yourselves from poverty and contribute to the socio-economic transformation of your country.
President Museveni also acknowledged the role of the youth within the NRM government and urged the Kasasira family to remain steadfast in their marital commitments and encourage the public to embrace the African tradition of communal child upbringing, where raising children becomes a shared responsibility.
In the tradition of Africa, children belong not only to the family and clan, but also the entire community. Children also had a responsibility of meeting the community's expectations. They were expected to contribute to the development, welfare, and survival of their communities, as well as maintaining the culture norms and treasures. The young generation is so unfortunate that the above good traditional way of life is being eroded. That is the reason our society is now riddled by a number of socio-economic problems such as homosexuality and a number of other social and moral diversions.
This event highlights President Museveni's continuous efforts to empower families through effective wealth creation strategies and shared responsibilities.
I wish to thank Engineer Bernard Asasa for walking in his father's footsteps. I encourage you to keep the mantle and sustain your parents' legacy alive. I implore you and your wife to work hard and establish yourselves. I believe that you will exhibit excellency, promote a spirit of patriotism and hard work, given the good background and family foundation of your parents.
1.5, ladies and gentlemen,
The Bishop of Evangelical Orthodox Church in Uganda, Bishop Jacinta Chibuuka, has tasked government to cut budget and expenses for the less important agendas and punish corrupt officials. Chibuuka made these remarks at the ordination ceremony and confirmation of 9 servants of God into priesthood and deacons at Mamre International Prayer Center, Namugongo, Janda.
The ceremony to ordain and confirmation of 9 servants of God into priesthood and deacons at Mamre International Prayer Center commenced with a procession amidst cheers from the congregation as parents and guardians of the new church ministers escorted them in celebrations. 3 priests, 6 deacons and 1 nun were confirmed by the Bishop of Evangelical Orthodox Church, Bishop Jacinta Chibuuka. Bishop Chibuuka asked the congregation whether anyone had a reason to stop the 10 from attaining their different church honors. Noticing no element of resistance, he consecrated and confirmed them, and they prostrated in confirmation of their faith and loyalty to the church.
Christian namwe abagenda okukoba sacerdote waliwo alina ekigambo kyonna kyabamanyiko era ayinza okubuuza era ayinza okutubuulira lwaki tebasaanire kubeera basacerdote ba Katonda. Kale kabatuule sirabye ng'obulamu bw'oyingira mu kusaba ng'okuuma n'okukwata byonna ebisibwa kuweereza bino naddala okusomanga buli baaliro omuli essaala z'ekereziya n'okusabira ensi yonna omaliridde.
In his sermon, Bishop Chibuuka urged the newly confirmed servants of God to put the proclamation of the word of God to the forefront instead of soliciting money from believers.
Getting empowered today to proclaim the word of God, to celebrate the sacred mysteries for the people. And you don't ask money from the people. Like we've had in the
Bishop Jacinta Chibuuka asked government to cut budgets and expenses for all national activities that are not vital at the moment and punish corrupt civil servants, especially at the time when the World Bank withdrew its support and funding to Uganda.
Enough natural resources, God-given resources. Therefore, I urge every member of the government to make sure there is equal distribution of resources. These resources must not be taken as personal, but every Ugandan must share from them. We can still revise our budgets so that we spend money on only necessary and essential commodities and programs. things of extravagance, party here after party after party must stop, so that we use our money responsibly, and someday we shall be victorious. We are not the only country that World Bank has stopped from borrowing money. Many other countries have resented homosexuality, and things are normal. Therefore, we shall still move on. But that cannot make us devil worshippers because of money. We shall not surrender our souls to the devil in the name of money. Same line, as we are looking at resetting ourselves and the systems, corruption must be taken seriously. People who are embezzling public funds must be eliminated from the public or civil services. They must get out in any way. There is no way now you can steal from your own. The little money that we are remaining up with is our own money, is Ugandan money. Therefore, government must look diligently and critically on those people that embezzle our public funds.
The newly confirmed in the Evangelical Orthodox Church included Ugandan and Congolese nationals. I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
The Catholic Church has also been challenged to join hands with government in the fight against poverty. Minister for Information, Communication, Technology and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, says that coming together will aid in the fight against poverty. This was during the ordination of 3 deacons and 16 Catholic priests at Our Lady of Good Shepherd Rushoroza Catholic Parish in Kabale District.
Early morning on Saturday, a clerical procession advances to conduct a special mass. This is at Our Lady of Good Shepherd, Rushoroza Catholic Parish in Kabale District. It is led by Right Reverend Kalisti Rubaramira on a day chosen to ordain new Catholic Church leaders.
Reverend Deacon.
3 deacons and 16 priests have affirmed their commitment to spiritual service through these oaths. Remaining celibate is one of the commitments. As they prostrate before the Almighty, it is a journey worth upholding. No sooner had they been ordained into their new challenges than they were dressed in the new attire, confirming their new assignments. The occasion was graced by Dr. Chris Baryomunsi on behalf of the government. He called upon the Catholic Church and other religious institutions to join hands with government in fighting poverty,
on ensuring that they empower the population to get out of poverty, to address concerns of health and healthcare, education, so that our Christians, our people, can enjoy a good quality of life.
As for the funding withdrawal from the World Bank, Baryomunsi says Uganda will not bow to pressure to embrace immorality.
If World Bank or any other foreign partners thought that we enjoy the partnership because they must force things like homosexuality on us, no. That one then we shall say no. Even if you cut the money, Uganda shall not close.
As for the ordained priests, it is a path worth taking to serve the Lord.
Knowing that I have become an altar Christ, another Christian of whom every day I ask that he can keep me in his footsteps. I know that he will always be there to keep me moving and, of course, focused on my mission.
Indeed, what remains is adhering to the oath and administering spirituality, as earlier on emphasized by Bishop Kalisti Rubaramira of Kigezi Diocese. Henry Okrut, UBC.
The call for Ugandans living abroad to invest their earnings back home as a swift means to amass wealth and create job opportunities for fellow citizens within the country has been echoed strongly in Canada. The third Deputy Prime Minister, Hajat Isanga Lukiya-Nakadama, conveyed this message during the inauguration of the second Canada NRM Symposium 2023 held in Toronto, Canada.
The third Deputy Prime Minister Hajat Isanga Lukiya-Nakadama, the Presidency Minister Mire Babalanda, the Lands Minister Judith Namakoba, the Ugandan Ambassador to Canada Joy Ruth Acheng, NRM representatives and other dignitaries graced the event of the second Canada NRM Symposium in Toronto, Canada. The chairman of the NRM Canada chapter and chief organizer Chinende Fred emphasized that the conference aimed to foster unity among party members and deliberate on collaborative efforts between Ugandans and the government for mutual development.
Edition of the NRM Chapter Symposium.
Keynote speakers such as Ugandan Ambassador to Canada Joy Ruth Acheng and NRM spokesperson Rogers Mulindwa reiterated the importance of synergizing with the government to enhance Uganda's progress.
At the Uganda High Commission, we've always advised and encouraged our children who are in Canada to go back and build home. We also offering services at the Uganda High Commission. I still want to thank my president because he sent us to be economic diplomats.
Lands Minister Judith Namakoba and the Presidency Minister Mire Babalanda emphasized the significance of land development and robust security measures for the nation's advancement.
Before, all transactions were being held in Kampala, but as we speak now, we have 22 regional offices to faster the processes of land acquisition.
I'm called upon to invite serious investors to invest in Uganda. I can authoritatively confirm that there will be good return on your investments because Uganda is safe and secure.
We want to commend the Ugandan community in Canada for championing a positive cause of creating awareness about NRM in the diaspora. And it will be my appeal to everybody in the rest of the world that if you are Ugandan out there, emulate the Canada NRM chapter and keep the flag of your party up.
The third Deputy Prime Minister Hajat Isanga Lukiya-Nakadama advised Ugandans to channel their investments into the country.
I'm calling everybody, those who are NRM cadres, the well-wishers of NRM, the Canadians who love NRM, and all those people who wish to join NRM. You are all welcome. And I think we are going to be very happy when we see all those who wish to join NRM. It is an opportunity for all of you to come and hear so that you can come home and invest in Uganda, because we expect the people who are in the diaspora to come and join Ugandan's economy, and we need to boost it by you people who are already outside Uganda, because East or West home is best.
Sudat Kai and Wycliffe Mudach, UBC News.
The Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Dr. Mary Goretti Chitutu, has urged parents in Bududa district to send their children to school, stressing that education plays a significant role for their future livelihood. She was speaking at a groundbreaking ceremony of a model international secondary school that's aimed to bring quality secondary education to its region, children, and the country. She was accompanied by the founders of the project, John and Joyce Wanda.
I now officially launch the construction, and I'm reliably informed that we are already a third way.
The Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Dr. Mary Goretti Chitutu, expressed concern that certain schools are exploiting the system by charging illegal fees and mining the government's effort to provide free education.
When you look at the statistics, many of the children are dropping out. And some of the reasons are school fees, some of them are uniforms, some you find petty issues. So that's why as government, there's going to be a rigorous, or there's already a rigorous program of free education.
Bududa district is one of the hard-to-reach districts in the eastern part of the country, grappling with, among others, natural disasters, poor infrastructure development, high school dropouts, which seem not to have been addressed by the government. While at the groundbreaking ceremony of a model international secondary school in Bududa district, aiming to provide a quality education to the region's children, the minister appreciated the efforts of the private sector, Arlington Academy of Hope, for enhancing the education sector performance in Bududa district.
To support us here by promoting the most needed area in Bugisu, and that is education. Now there is already a state-of-art primary school, and now they are giving us a secondary school, which will have also a vocational component. Now what this means is they are already addressing some of our plans in the Vision 2040.
The founders of Arlington Academy of Hope and the Model International Secondary School in Bududa that is underway, John and Joyce Wanda, are however optimistic that the school is going to produce holistic children ready to compete on the job market.
This school is going to be different. When we talk about vocation, we're talking about very, very high quality career education. IT skills, every kid who comes to our school will leave our school with very high levels of IT competency, that they can be able to start their own businesses, they can do any programming, they can fix anything in the world. We shall provide entrepreneurial skills, banking skills, those things that you do not find in your average vocational school in this area. But our academic content will be international level, so the kids who come from this school can go anywhere in the world.
I believe once we have the secondary school built, it will certainly help touch so many students, but it will also open opportunities for many more, to opportunities not just in Uganda, but opportunities in the US and elsewhere.
The local chairperson 5 of Bududa district, Milton Kamoto Wasungui, has expressed his appreciation towards the government of Uganda for providing a conducive environment to private sector investors in the country.
The most important thing that we can give to our children in this area, which is vulnerable to landslide and other calamities, is only education. This is the transformation that we are emphasizing. And today, I'm one of those ones who are very, very privileged to have such a big investment in my district. Arlington Academy of Hope is going to have a great, great impact in our community in terms of transforming the mindset and the well-being of the people through education.
The school has come at an opportune time, ready to address the challenges in the education sector of Bududa district.
And just like Arlington Junior School has proved that one of the poorest districts in Uganda can become a top 1% school in Uganda, the secondary school is their goal is to do the same thing.
Secondary school specialized in the sense that it's going to provide ICT education. ICT, as you are aware, is an approach of education that breaks the walls.
Justin Nakami, UBC News.
The issue of small pockets insecurity in Teso and Karamoja sub-regions arising from the failure to completely disarm individuals has been pointed out as one issue where the senior presidential advisor on special operations, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, needs to treat with urgency. This, according to leaders from the MK movement, will supplement the government's efforts of pacifying Teso and Karamoja. The MK movement Central Committee members are already in Soroti City to receive their principal come Monday, 14th August 2023.
This is Soroti Sports Club ground here in Teso sub-region where General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, the senior presidential advisor on special operations, will be convening thousands of residents from within this region for a baraza. Preparations to ensure that all is set upon the arrival of the senior presidential advisor is almost complete.
Tomorrow, the 14th day of August, the 10th president of Uganda, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, will be entering Teso, and he will be arriving through Bukedea.
So from Mukura, we shall proceed to Abuja Bridge. Then we go to the stadium where we shall be having a football game, a live football game.
People are very happy. You remember the general is not new here. He's the one who defeated RRA under Tabule, not far from here. So people want to welcome him and thank him for what he did.
The local organizing team is now being supplemented by members of the Central Executive Committee of the MK movement who arrived 2 days ago within this area of Soroti City.
The enthusiasm, the love that these people of Teso have for General MK has forced them to prepare for themselves everything you see.
For the communities are being urged to come into big numbers and front their ideas and concerns to the senior presidential advisor, who will later on table them to His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for further considerations and management.
His coming to this region is to acquaint himself with the issues concerning the region, such that they can be tackled by government, because he advises the president on special operations, and secondly, to morale boost our people.
They present memoranda to the general and he takes it to the commander-in-chief. So it is to check on-spot checks and monitoring of government programs, but also to see issues like presidential pledges, maybe few have not been fulfilled, and then remind the senior leadership.
However, a section of members of parliament are urging local leaders from within this Teso sub-region to join hands other than fronting their personal issues.
I think the most important thing to do as politicians, we need to work as a team. Because when we disagree as leaders, it's not us leaders who suffer, it's our supporters, our people. So why should people suffer at the expense of our own individual challenges? I would request that our colleagues unite and work as a team.
The communities and members of the general public are looking at General Muhoozi Kainerugaba as one person who will offer solutions to the most persistent issues affecting this Teso sub-region.
Teso needs again to be peaceful. There are still remnants of people who are still keeping the guns. The people here have never been disarmed fully. So we are suspecting that even the guns that are going to Karamoja, to the Karachunas, some are coming from Teso. So the region needs to be peaceful fully.
Observe the traffic regulations, observe the traffic rules, don't cover number plates, be as good as you have always been, because bad people may hide under MK movement.
General Muhoozi Kainerugaba will officially get into Teso sub-region on 14th, that is Monday, from Bukedea district, where he will address a section of mega rallies before making it here to Soroti City in the evening. I'm Robert Onyango for UBC News here in Soroti City.
Residents of West Budama Central in Tororo District are excited after citing news of a new tarmac road, which is going to be in the first of its kind in their constituency. The 6-kilometer low-cost road, which is going to be constructed by Mount Elgon Labour-Based Training Centre, is expected to boost transactions of the Parish Development Model Project in the region.
It was a moment of joy in West Budama Central Tororo District as residents received good news about the first tarmac road in their constituency.
So it's our firstborn. We are dearly grateful, and we believe that it will inspire the government to do more.
The road was embraced by the locals without any hindrance of compensation for those bound to be much affected by the project.
And I want to find out by show of hands. If you refuse it, you refuse now. Clap for yourselves. So the principal Meltec and your team, the community has accepted.
It is expected to promote the common goals of the Parish Development Model Project in the district and the country at large.
PDM, this is one of the pillars, access to market. People will have easy access to the market with their produce. Thank you.
A 6-kilometer low-cost ceiling road is being constructed by the Ministry of Works and Transport through Mount Elgon Labour-Based Training Centre.
The rains have changed these days. We have a lot of rains. You put gravel today, tomorrow it has been washed away because of too much rain. So you find that to protect that gravel on the road, we need to put a cover. So the low-cost seal we are talking about is that cover.
However, a warning against sexual harassment in the noble cause of the project was sounded in advance.
But I want to ask you people who are going to bring trainees here, let them not destabilize our marriages here. Every household here is having 1 million, courtesy the NRM government, PDM. Don't come with your monthly allowances of 50K, what? And start disturbing marriages here.
Besides Tororo, Mount Elgon Labour-Based Training Centre is also running the same project in Bukedia District with a move of improving the access to feeder roads in the country. Joseph Oko, UBC.
Buganda Kingdom has urged the government to reintroduce co-curricular activities, particularly at the primary school level. Christopher Bwanika, the Attorney General of Buganda, emphasized the vital role of teachers and parents in nurturing children's talents and fostering brain development through these activities. Details in this report.
Buganda Kingdom Attorney General Christopher Bwanika has highlighted the significance of co-cultural activities in enhancing both education and talent discovery. He was speaking at a sports day event held at Palmview Junior and International Schools in Sanje. Bwanika, despite their past prominence, these activities gradually waned, leading to students spending most of their time in classrooms.
This is an element of preparing leadership. The Kabaka of Buganda emphasizes that our children, the young generation, are the leaders of tomorrow, and we need to prepare them for leadership, not to prepare for them. We need to prepare our learners, not to prepare for them. As a parent, if you build rentals for your child who is not well prepared, you will sell them tomorrow. You will not be able to sustain the wealth that you have passed on.
Bwanika called for a return of co-cultural activities as a valuable learning and talent development approach. Buganda Kingdom has been actively supporting such activities and pledged continued support to schools, prioritizing them to unearth children's talents.
We know that, sportsmen, artists are going to great heights through their talents. Some people may make it through talent. So that is another aspect of developing our learners.
Representing Farmville Schools Director Pamela Nalukwago affirmed their school's dedication to sports as a key co-curricular pursuit.
They help to sharpen them, like the sports day we've had today. They've been looking forward to this day, yeah, so that it helps them to be healthy, it helps them to be fit.
National players get a lot of money because they are paid highly in their teams, and also try to copy other schools. Yeah, those schools which are not now watching, try to copy other schools, because if you do not have a co-curricular and you are only basing on theoretical work, you are not helping the generation.
The sports day featured various engaging activities including loop jumps, basket filling, and blindfolded challenges. In a related initiative, the Afro-Arab Youth Council collaborated with Mpoma Girls Schools to plant trees, contributing to environmental conservation. During the International Youth Day celebration at Mpoma Girls campus in Mukono, Christopher Wire, the head teacher of Mpoma Girls Secondary School, announced the allocation of 5 acres of land for the tree planting endeavor.
The tree planting project, they have offered to give seedlings for fruit trees for 5 acres. And so as a school, we are going to offer the 5 acres of land to plant fruit trees for the development of the institution.
The council donated sanitary pads to support them during their ministry cycles. These multifaceted efforts promoted environmental preservation while also empowering and advocating for young girls.
The topic today was how to use green schools to enable a sustainable environment. So, green schools don't mainly concern about the grass. They also talk about jobs. How can youth get jobs that help the environment develop?
We are keeping up the partnership through encouraging of growing trees. We have planted a number of trees around the school. They have helped us maintain the green environment, encourage the girls to keep a good place.
Girls, we have to get up from our seats. We know we have been considered to be the weaker sex for a very long, from the beginning of time actually. So I encourage the girls, go to school. These are skills that you can acquire within. We can acquire the knowledge. This is the knowledge that we need. First of all, we have to create gender equity, whereby we are equal to the male sex.
Co-curricular activities play a big role in helping a child in brain development that aids them excel in education, but also aids in talent discovery. Although the co-curricular activities initially used to be mandatory in schools, the era gradually phased off in schools, making children busy throughout in classes. Justin Nakami, Andrew Sebira, UBC News.
The cultural leadership of Lango has expressed concerns over the high prevalence of tuberculosis in the sub-region. The leaders have pledged to support the ministry in the fight against the disease. Let's take a look at the details.
TB in northern Uganda,
According to the Health Minister Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, the TB burden in Lango sub-region ranks second after Kampala metropolitan area. Uganda is among the 30 countries with the highest TB prevalence worldwide.
The northern region remains very vulnerable, and there are specific districts that have very high cases, especially Lira City, Lira district. We also have districts in Oyam and Otuke that are very vulnerable, including Kwania.
In northern Uganda, the Lango sub-region has the highest prevalence of TB. The Lira District Health Officer, Dr. Patrick Buchano Chen, believes the burden can be reduced if people get tested and those found positive enroll for treatment.
It is a disease which is curable once you are found to be having it. And it is only curable when you take your medicines correctly and you complete the treatment. But unfortunately, as you said, yes, people do not. Some people don't complete their treatment, and even if they have been given health education. What we always recommend is that when somebody is diagnosed of TB, that person is educated on how to take the medicine, and then is also advised
When engaged by the Ministry of Health, the cultural leaders pledged to champion mass awareness to contribute to the reduction of disease prevalence.
The most important thing is that it is now our role and responsibility to talk to our leaders at the structure from the least to the top, to mobilize and sensitize our people against this disease.
We appeal to scientists, please research more and let us have the knowledge. We are with the community, we can appeal to them and they will take our word seriously.
According to the Health Minister, Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, the country is losing people majorly, the youthful men between 15 to 54 years of age. She believes the input of the cultural leaders is critical in this fight.
We hope today to empower our cultural leaders with information that they can share with the populations in their areas, so that people can get inspired to go and test for TB. As a ministry, we are ready. All our equipments are ready, including mobile testing equipment, where we can move door to door and take samples for TB and ensure that all who test positive are put on treatment.
The involvement of the cultural leaders in the fight against TB is part of the Ministry of Health's community awareness, screening, testing and treatment campaign to end TB.
The Archdeacon of the Mityana Busimbi Archdiocese Church, Reverend Canon Chironde, emphasized the importance of believers expressing gratitude for their achievements rather than only seeking solace in times of trouble. He shared these thoughts with the congregation, encouraging them to cultivate a sense of thankfulness in their faith.
Service to express gratitude to God for the recovery of Atwok Jackson, a teacher at Mityana Modern School who survived a car accident early this year, has attracted hundreds of well-wishers.
nga obusumba ng'ekkanisa tusiima nnyo contributions zonna Mukama azibaweerungi omukisa.
Atwoki had the opportunity to share his testimony during the service, explaining the reasons behind his gratitude.
Unafuna accident na sokera kudwaliro ly'entala badde Medical International okuzana ne bansindika ku Sekuku Doctors Hospital Nicholas CT scan. Kati scan yalaga nti nafuna fracture kanakawa naye mutwe gonna gwaliwo nakumu. Kati awo ne banjanjaba nikomawo wiki ng'ekuniterera nina kubikola bulungi naye emyezi ng'ebiri gyavaamu kati kampira omupiira gw'oluma nnyo.
Patrick Mugisha, the chairman of District Council, addressed the attendees, urging local farmers to embrace irrigation systems as the means to encounter the challenges posed by climate change, hunger and poverty.
Owerese pana ndogo gendo munone baba kompete kuguma mwene iba kolechi amumire owerese kuzi gendo gikolechi kwati bingano byongera nyo ngwato muzinda nete bizi cyako kwatwa national twat la somba saba kuri mukisago nanga kusesoko kukwata twabe bikolechi ebidako sokola bijana enunji.
He also called on the residents to actively engage in government-led development initiatives and transform these efforts into political contributions. Joseph Oko and Salon Kasibante, UBC.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and gets a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
Uganda's oil and gas projects are providing opportunities for Ugandan businesses. Between 2017 and 2022, 40% of the 3,800 procurements worth $4.4 billion were awarded to 460 Ugandan companies. This includes 41 community-based companies that have been awarded contracts worth $2.3 million. In order to be contracted to supply goods and services for oil activities in Uganda, entities must register on the National Suppliers Database. Over 2,300 entities are registered on the National Suppliers Database. Registration is free. The Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Upgrade your lifestyle with the all-new entry-loaded Chillax voice bundles. Now, call all networks in Uganda with Chillax voice bundles. Call all networks, no expiry, no worries. Dial *100 *1# and select call all networks. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the Parish Development Model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The Parish Development Model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Granny.
What did you do this weekend?
Well, on Friday, I went on a science trip with my classmates to Windy to see the gorillas. Then, we watched the cup final in London. On Saturday, my friends and I met up to hunt some dragons again. Also, I taught the vacuum cleaner and the TV this new dance everyone's doing. They're really getting into it. And on Sunday, I went to bed watching the world from space. And you? Yes, seriously, Granny.
With Airtel 5G's lightning-fast speeds and seamless connectivity, you won't believe what's next.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We now delve into the world of business. The outgoing president, Institute of Internal Auditors Uganda, Hussein Isingoma, has expressed his sincere gratitude for his team while underlining the significance of the impending transition of leadership. Isingoma made these remarks at the inauguration of the Institute's new board in Kampala and also passing the leadership torch to the incoming president, Moses Kasaka.
Outgoing president of Institute of Internal Auditors Uganda, Hussein Singoma, said the significance of the power transition goes beyond a mere transition, but a chance to honor their achievements. Isingoma took pride in shedding light on the Institute's remarkable accomplishments, even in the face of the challenging times posed by the COVID-19 pandemic.
So we are happy and proud that the Institute has continued to be not only remain resilient, but also able to sustain from its core activities, such as the annual conference, the customized training, but also conducting the external quality assessments for different organizations. We have been able to grow the membership. Actually, 20 years ago when this institute started, we started with 33 members. We're now close to 1,000.
He acknowledged the task of retaining active members and stressed the continued support needed from institutions and stakeholders. Incoming President Moses Kasacha, in his address, underscored his dedication to fortifying membership and enriching members' skills. Moses Kasacha said their objective is to enhance their members' capacity to a level where they are recognized as problem solvers and advisors in critical areas such as risk management, governance, and business performance.
The Institute is going to help improve on the proficiency of coming up with people who are not just internal auditors, but business advisors in different areas. The challenges, of course, for us to be able to do this, we need finances. And the economy is also a little bit affected. And so the challenge is mostly in the area of finances, but we want also now to improve on our partnership or relationships with different stakeholders.
As the Institute of Internal Auditors embarks on this new chapter, the unwavering commitment of both the outgoing and incoming leadership remains steadfast to champion good governance, reinforce member competencies, and contribute to the advancement of Uganda's economy. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The delegation of Emyoga leaders from Teso sub-region is visiting the district of Rwenzori region to see for themselves successful implementation of the Emyoga savings and credit cooperative societies in the region. This visit exercise is organized by the Microfinance Support Center with the aim of disseminating best practices from exemplary Emyoga circles to benefit others countrywide.
In the districts of Kasese, Ntoroko, and Bunyangabo, within the Rwenzori sub-region, Emyoga circles are playing a pivotal role in propelling economic growth within the local communities. These circles are contributing to the empowerment of women and veterans, facilitating their active participation in the economic domain. Emyoga circles have proven to be potential instruments for raising household incomes and nurturing financial independence among the beneficiary communities.
We have realized these things can be done. We have also realized that the circles from the Rwenzori region are doing very well.
The resident district commissioner of Bunyangabo highlighted the achievements of the veterans Emyoga circles in Bunyangabo and Buriaha, specifically their strategic investment in commercial maize cultivation, even supplying maize flour to government security agencies at competitive prices, earning admiration from visiting officials.
I encourage people who are in these circles to make sure they save and they make sure really the money is rotational. Not to think that this money is statistic when it is given to you, then you are able to eat very well, you are able to buy a mattress, you are able to marry a second wife, you are able to do what? Use it properly and you get the riches.
Through strategic initiatives by the Microfinance Support Center, Emyoga leaders from several sectors are converging to share successful practices. This endeavor aims at encouraging the growth of Emyoga circles within the Teso sub-region.
We have learned from here to be accountable to the circle members. We are going to champion the responsibility of teaching all the circle members.
We are going to train our members also to adapt the saving culture so as to grow our savings and our circles.
How to see that? How to call meetings, chairpersons of veterans, chairpersons of the associations down there to combine the idea of their mindset.
Rachach Kubunya Emyoga Sacco has received a substantial boost in funding from the Microfinance Support Center, enabling it to uplift communities. The Sacco's chairperson encourages Emyoga Sacco leaders in the Teso region to persevere and believe in their abilities.
They should mobilize the more, and then the leadership should be strong enough to sacrifice for the growth of the Emyoga Saccos.
Fort Portal Women Entrepreneurs Emyoga Sacco, which was granted an initial capital of 50 million shillings in 2021, has formed 41 associations. This Sacco has diversified into poultry farming, commercial agriculture, and handcraft enterprises with the aim of bolstering the tourism sector.
It has helped our members to learn to work together. Members have learned to work together in their groups. Unlike those times, everyone would know I am a poultry farmer, and someone doesn't know where to get the feedings. The other one doesn't know where to sell the eggs.
The principal commercial officer of Emyoga Kasese reports that the funds received from the Microfinance Support Center have increased from 560 million shillings to 900 million shillings. Cultural institutions are among the beneficiaries of Emyoga Saccos, transforming the lives of their members. The officer underscores the need for financial inclusion training within the communities.
This money has helped our communities, and we have very good testimonies. We need to continuously train these communities in financial literacy, business development services, but many times we are limited by resources.
All these were shared during the visit by the delegation of Emyoga leaders from the 11 Teso sub-region districts, including Soroti, Kumi, Kabiramaido, Amuru, Bukedea, Serere, Ngora, Kabilabyong, Kalaki, and others. Sudat Kaye and Robert Waita, UBC News.
And in talking news, MTN has improved on their data voice bundles. You can now call across all networks for the same price. We've talked to several eyewitnesses on the ground, and this is what one of them had to say.
Amos, did you hear about the MTN daily voice bundles?
So, to join many more other Ugandans enjoying these MTN daily voice bundles, dial *100 *21# or use the My MTN app to start enjoying it. Stay tuned for more offers from MTN.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight. We now delve into the world of sports. Now, over 100 amateur runners have participated in a 4-kilometer inaugural edition of the East African Christian Marathon race that kicked off at the hockey grounds in Lugogo. The marathon, under the theme Runs Change the World, was flagged off by the chief runner, Captain Mike Mukula.
The East African Christian Marathon themed Runs Change the World started from the hockey grounds in Lugogo through to Ginger Road, Wampewa Avenue, Kololo Airstrip, and then back to the hockey grounds. The first of many is aimed to be a platform that can be used to tackle social issues in the different East African communities.
We're trying to ensure that we come for a noble cause, and this year, the inaugural, we are running for mental health. It's something that is underlying in our communities, and people are not realizing, but there's so many people behind closed doors that need a noble cause like this.
Joining with the community, we need the spirit of the East African community to continue, and the young people should keep running together. I want our young people to join this run, and some of my age that are within Uganda here, you join this, so it become a part of the South Sudan East African running marathon.
The chief runner, Honorable Captain Mike Mukula, urged the communities to champion the initiative for the unity of the East African community.
What we need to do now, and as I've said earlier, is to continue to run for the change, to run for the transformation, the run to ensure that the Pan-African spirit, those Africans who are here. And that's why we think that coming together to run the East African Christian Marathon is a game changer, is the epitome of the run to change the world and to bring the East African community together, transform the mindset, what you call the mindset change of our young people especially.
This year's edition of the East African Marathon attracted mostly amateur runners with a few professionals.
I am so grateful and I thank God because I have got an opportunity to join this participation.
The route was okay, and according to the way how the route was is how the routes are in different areas or in outside countries that we are moved, and we expect next time to be with some other competitors to see that they pull here and you make some good time.
The edition was made possible by several partners including PKF, Victoria University, Jibu Water, Ticket Sasa and others, but most importantly, Uganda Broadcasting Corporation.
As UBC, we partner in the runs because of the community. We want to support the community. We are always there. Anytime, any run you know we shall be there, and other activities that we also do. We are proud that we also had a winner. The third girl was from UBC and she represented us very well.
And that brings us to the 8 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight, this 13th day of August 2023. Do join us later on at 10 p.m. for another bulletin. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold Mugalu Muhammad on sign language. See you at 10.